Actually, you should have given me a refund there and then. There shouldn't have been any dispute over it. I was due a refund at the very least. The idea was I was going to go home and order the same part over Amazon or online or somewhere else, just not there. And they refused to give me a refund as well. So I went home and I had a bit of a cry and complained and, you know, did the usual teenager bullery crap. Bear in mind, I wasn't a teenager at this point. I was actually a fully grown adult, and I'm pulling the... Yeah, it took me a lot of years to mature. Let's just place it as simple as that. And I was just complaining a lot. Looking back, I do feel like maybe I pushed it a bit, but at the same time, I was actually well within my right to receive a refund, at the very least, if not new computer parts. I had to wait 7 days, and then they were supposed to contact me. Originally, it was supposed to be 3 days. However, they sent an email later on that day saying it's going to take us up to 7 days to do it. We'll let you know what happens in 7 days. 8 days later, I give them a call. What's going on with my computer part? Oh, we've not actually got around to testing it yet. We will still not be able to offer you a refund or a new part until we've got around to testing it. And I just basically went, this is unacceptable, I want a refund now. You know, you've had my computer basically locked up for a week and a bit now. You said you was going to get it tested ASAP. It's now 8 days later, you've still not tested it. I want at least a refund. And the guy was like, really chill over the phone. Just like, yeah, okay, that's fair enough. But you paid on card. So you're going to have to come in to the store, do a refund on card. And at this point, I'm fairly wary of what's going on. I don't like it. I don't like it one bit. Still being a student, I grab half a dozen. I'm like, Jesus Christ, that was really short burn. I'm going to have to slow down. Kill you. Me being a student, I've got loads of friends doing law degrees and whatnot. And like, got it, we'll go with you. Make sure there's no funny business going on. And you know, let them flex their lawyer muscles and be all like superhero-y and stuff. I don't know. They're lawyers, they do their own thing. So I go down with a couple of my friends and I get there and walk through the door, and the guy behind the desk literally whips out the motherboard and says, "Do apologise, sir. We've actually had it tested 3 days ago and we've been waiting for you to come into the store ever since." Now, as you can imagine, my friends did not take that kindly. I've been distraught over this. I've been screaming. Literally, I've been screaming. I've been crying into pints of beer. I've not been the happiest bunny about this entire thing, and they've had to put up with all of my crap. I just can't get this in line. This is infuriating. So they've had to put up with a lot of my crap, and they start talking about compensation. In the end, I got like a £50 spend at our store voucher. Really nice of them. By the way, I'm going to have to review this video because if I have mentioned the store name, I'm going to have to edit it out. Because I'm not getting into that. There we go. I tried a gradual thrust instead of just... That worked a charm. So, yeah, my friends kick up about, you know, compensation. You've had his computer enthralled for like so long. He's entitled to compensation. I got a 50 quid voucher. I spend it at our store. We do apologise for the inconvenience, Mr. War. We do hope you remain a valued customer. These red ones should be fairly easy to get. if I go in a nice line over them. That's at this end and go that way around. Hopefully I'll be able to get them red ones all in one go. We're looking at Ducats retreat. Yeah. Oh, have a materials bin. I didn't ship with a materials bear. No! It took me an hour to get here. I didn't ship with a materials bear. Oh. Oh. Got it then. I was wondering why it wasn't activating. That's a lot of fuel wasted then. Yeah. They've been fairly good with me since that incident. Still don't trust them as far as I can throw them. I know it's kind of the wrong attitude to have, you know, bygones be bygones and all of that, but once burnt, twice bitten, is it, or something daft like that? Whoops, to do that. I don't know. It fills me with whenever I've got to go and buy parts from them. They've been kind of okay with me on other purchases, but you know when you can't bring yourself to trust something or someone again because you can't do it. That kind of mentality, well, it sucks. But maybe, just maybe, they shouldn't have benched you in the first place. Not much you can do about it, unfortunately. Not for them, not for me. Keep my orbit because I just don't trust myself. And this is going to take a few lineups to get right at the field. That round. I'm trying to get these first two. I can launch as many probes as I like at the moment, especially off camera. And get these temperature readings. That's how I got one of the ones on the on Kerbal. Was I launched a rocket and then brought it in to suborbit and crashed it back into the ground over the area where I needed the temperature scan. A little annoying and took actually more attempts than I'd like to admit. But every man for himself. Begin temperature scan. Oh, you're kidding me! This is taking forever. So yeah, since then I've had thermal paste off them, I've had hard drives off them, I've had a new processor off them, which they were chill about. I've had new graphics cards, which I had to instantly return because I've worked out I bought the wrong ones. You know, this company has been rather chill about my previous purchases, but this one purchase just burnt me, especially the way the guy was nonchalant about just handing me back a new motherboard. Like, you know, I should have picked it up on the day, and it was a huge inconvenience for him. He'd given me my purchased goods. I now know the guy's not even working for him anymore. God knows where he's working, but may the Lord have mercy on his soul. Yeah, it's just bad customer service, but because of that, I always now get very panicky when it comes to buying anything, internet or otherwise. By the way, this video will come to an end in another 20 minutes, so, you know, it's going to be 3 episodes, but kind of try to watch them back to back if you can. Hopefully I won't space them out that badly, but I'm also going to be recording less and less as the week go on because Space Engineers just saps so much of my time, so I've got that to contend with as well. Yeah, buying any components off the internet, in real life, I always feel like I'm going to get stung. Another prime example of getting stung is I was going to buy a computer mouse from one of the big supermarket chains, and I wanted to make sure it felt comfortable in my hand because the mouse I was using at the time was, I want to say not optimal, but let's face it, it was just absolutely rubbish. And so I wanted to get a good feel for the mouse. I wanted to make sure the buttons were in the right place. I wanted to make sure I could hit the side buttons right well. And I asked if I could try the demo mouse out because there wasn't one on the shelves. And the associate got very huffy and puffy, saying, well, I must have nicked it. That was literally the very first thing out of the mouth. Well, then can I search your bag because I think you might have nicked it. I was like, well, you can search my bag, but if you find a mouse in there, you ain't going to be happy. They had a quick look over our bags and didn't find anything, and then they got really kind of narky with me and everything. And in the end, they let me try the mouse. After I jumped through all these hoops, and it didn't fit right, full stop. It was just disgusting. I did not like it at all. And Sam said, sorry, no, this isn't the mouse for me. I mean, this is after like 10 minutes after I just wanted out of there more than anything as well. I wasn't very, even if I did like the mouse, I wasn't going to buy it from that superstore anymore. They had lost my custom for good when it comes to buying computer parts. And the guy started kicking off saying, well, you've opened the packaging now, you're going to have to buy it. To which my reply was, actually, I didn't open the package, that's why I got you to open it. Nothing to do with me now, sir. See you later, goodbye, I don't. Yeah, when it comes to computers, I suppose I've just never had much luck with them. Yeah. I'm hoping that Land on the Mun is gonna count, honest. So we want, where are we going? It's got 4 points. The other one's got 5 points, I think. So 4. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's this one. So we want Kerbin's Knoll and Ducat's Root. Best sector, so no, it must be this one. Kerbin's Knoll above 9,800 and Ducat's Retreat is below 10,000. Which kind of lines up quite nicely, actually. I mean, that's sitting at 155,000 kilometers. 155,000 meters, 155 kilometers. So I'm going to have to cut. Basically, my best bet would be to power here. Attempt to spin. Now there's no atmosphere, but that's still 24,000 meters. And also slightly off. Slow down. Oops, too much. Periapsis now is 13,000 meters. I am literally going to be kissing this planet. 10, 9. Right, so this one wants, I want that periapsis to be there, ideally. Oops, is going to be that one. Ah, yes, yeah. There we go. Periapsis is there. The only problem now is I've got the plane off slightly and I can't correct that here. Now I've got a rough idea what I'm doing. So the plane's off. Probably the best place to correct the plane is going to be on it a bit better. Plane's only just off. However, could also do with it. Oh, here, add a maneuver. Did that wrong, didn't I? Here, add a maneuver. Does that. Yeah, that's looking a bit better. And then here, we'll add a maneuver. Tilt it. Oops, that's increasing. And if we end up crashing in the moon, we end up crashing in the moon. It's not a big deal. That one. Tales of bad customer service. I don't mind about working a customer service role myself. And I feel really bad about bad mouthing other places for bad customer service. I don't know how dicky the customers can get. That's 3,000 meters. That's 8. 13. 7. 12. 11. 6. 9. 9's good. 9's a good number. I like 9. So, that's the course I want to try and get in. Hopefully in the next 10 minutes. Yeah, other exploits. So I've had the bad motherboard. Bricking the motherboard. I decided to go and get a 4-core processor because it was the last processor that this particular motherboard could take before I'd need a new motherboard, and then the plan was to live off that one until I could build a bit of a beast. And I ended up trying to flash the BIOS and doing a ridiculously bad job of it, to such a point where I ended up actually turning the BIOS, turning the entire motherboard into a bit of a brick. It did not like being played with at all. So that kind of put me off from flashing BIOSes. I ended up having to buy this new motherboard, and the very first thing I did with the damn thing was I flashed it because it needed to be flashed to bring it up. That's gonna crash me the planet, isn't it? Oh no, that was a course adjustment. That one. I can get rid of that now. This one. Yeah, the fans weren't working properly. The fan controller on the motherboard didn't like to play. That's just not going to end pretty well. What I need is to kind of over. Please. Bring that down. Up to have crashed into the moon by now. I literally have other stuff I need to be getting on with today. I don't even know if this is going to work or anything, so come with me and find out. Now, ideally, I definitely want to get this first node in. Let's just abandon all pretense and realize that I'm never going to get that first node in. My thumb's messing up there, so let's go. The right direction first. Yeah, so I ended up having to flash this motherboard, which that about as comfortable as a brick in my stomach while I was doing it. Fix the fan controllers on a new motherboard. I'm quite glad I did it now. It set me up for all my future upgrades when it comes to the processor and whatnot. However, was not happy being about doing it. I was completely devastated when I wrecked the old board, but then the same company as before, they wouldn't accept the processor back because it was out of its packaging. Why I was like kind of scared Amazon would kick off. No, it's out of its packaging, we can't do anything about it now, because the previous company had said basically the same thing about this processor that I just bought off them. No, it's out of its packaging, there's nothing we can do about it now, you should have double checked before you bought it. Which is fair enough. Yeah, you know, when it comes to processors, I kind of get where they're coming from with it. Honestly, I do. Still kind of a bit dickish on their part, but you know, that was totally my fault. If I hadn't bricked my own PC, life would have been fine and dandy. Tough luck on me. Maybe next time I should learn a bit better. So I ended up buying a new motherboard instead, not from them. Did my reviews, did my searches and everything, and at the time, everyone was like, oh yeah, this motherboard's great for the up-and-coming new processor, the one that I've got at the moment. Incidentally, everyone was raving about how the motherboard's brilliant for it, how it kicks ass, and all of this other junk. So I figured future-proof myself just a little bit. Make sure, you know, I keep up with the tech. No idea if this is going to work or not. Once 23 seconds of burn. We'll just go full out and see what changes. Yeah, it's figured 4 seconds in a bit better second. That's a go. Go get rid of that. So my periapsis is still 17,000 feet. I'll bring that to under 8, is it? At that node I need to be below 10. Oh well, that's done. And Floyd, I don't know what I'm going to be at Floyd because I can't get a reading there. So hopefully I'll be high enough. What we will do is we will say up here. So we're coming up to. We're gonna miss both of them. Oh, quick course adjust. Yeah, let's try and at least get one in. So quick course adjust. There we go. rid of that. How are we doing now? Better. Again, I've no idea how this is gonna play out, so what we'll do is zoom in, open that up. Thank you all for, putting up with my ramblings today. I've got to communicate this data back as well, which is going to be the fun part. Don't remember if oh yeah, it's got a battery in it. So, I should be passing overhead kind of anytime soon. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a course just in here. Just to make sure I get in. Slow down. Do that. Whoa, my periapsis is still going to be huge. There we go. That course just earlier. Rest of my flight plan. I don't know if I'm suborbital or not. Either way, just keep it just in the course. Hopefully. I have to slow right down. But hey, speed it up. And then I'll fix whatever happens after that. Honestly, if I get all 4 in one pass, I would be so surprised. How close are we to coming up to our first one? We'll be nearly on top of it. Hey, we can do science. Yeah, this thing's not gonna make it back home. Yeah, transmit the goo. Get everything transmitted. I needed more science. How are we doing on power? I am entering Kerbin's knob. Right, so what temperature? I don't know if it needs transmitting, but got one done. Actually, can I tell it to stop now? Oh no, it's gonna keep trying to zap the power out. Just because I'm in the dark side, so I've got no control now. Delete that. And I won't be hitting the light side anytime soon. But my orbit will mean I'll swing round again. So we'll just see if we enter the atmosphere or not. I'm going to leave that here, so you won't get to see if I get the others or not. You'll just have to wait for the next episode. Just to see if I get these scans in or not. I do apologise. I thank you for watching, and I honestly thank you for listening to my ramblings. It's been quite emotional today, actually. I missed my first PC, my first ever PC built by me and my dad. 1.6 gigahertz, I think it was. Single core. Telling anything to it, but it saw me through a large chunk of uni, so yes, I do miss it. I even cut a hole in the side of the case to mount another fan, ready for going dual core or something better. Then I just went out and bought a new case anyhow. Then there's the time that I went from where I'm living now all the way to where I'm living with my parents, on train, with a computer case, with my brother, full of components, so I could work on my university studies at home over the holidays. Because the software I was using had one install key, and I'd used it to install it on my machine, and I wasn't allowed to install it anywhere else. I've had quite a few little computer mishaps and whatnot like that. It's been quite fun, and it's been nice regaling them to you guys. So thank you for listening, thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the flip side with something a bit more new later. I've been Andy War. Like, subscribe, all that other creepy stuff that they always make you do. Goodbye.